Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to install Veeam Backup and Replication Server 10 step by step. So Veeam Backup and Replication 10 is the latest version for today for the Veeam Backup and Replication server. So in this video we are going to see what all the prerequisites what we need before making sure the Veeam Backup replication is got successfully, and also we are going to review what all other tools required to complete the Veeam backup and replication server. So following this video I'm going to create more videos how to configure Veeam and Veeam backup and replication related to, you can say, VMware, how to connect with VMware infrastructure, how to take the virtual machines backup and all. So so let's start. So this is a Veeam backup and replication 10 installation requirements. So as you can go ahead and check on Veeam backup and replication requirements on Veeam website. Also they have very detailed document regarding the prerequisites and installation everything. So I have captured the few information which is mostly required for the hardware and software requirements to install the Veeam backup and replication 10. So you need 64 or 32-bit processor, and 4 core is recommended for Veeam backup and replication 10, and memory is 4 gig minimum and 500 for each concurrent job. For example, if you are going to have a 10 concurrent job, then you need to make it 10 into 500 MB for memory and plus 4 gig for operating system itself. So you can calculate the required memory as per your concurrent jobs requirement. So hard disk, you can see the 5 gig for product installation and 4.5 gig for .NET installation. So and 10 gig per VM for guest file system catalog folder. So this is going to be persistent data. So you require I guess you can say 10 gig for Veeam product, and then 10 gig per 100 virtual machines catalog folder. So operating system, which operating system does support the installation? So you can install Veeam backup and replication 10 since Windows Server 2008 R2 Service Pack 1 to Windows Server 2019, all new 2019 servers. So this is going to require some software installation, also prerequisite software during the Veeam backup and replication installation. So you can say that it's going to install the .NET, it's going to install a Windows installer 4.5, SQL management object, so universal C runtime. So these are the few prerequisites which is automatically going to install during the setup, and also the SQL database is required, and the both express and full edition is supported by Veeam. So you can basically, if you are going to install by Veeam backup and replication 10, the Microsoft SQL Server 2016 SP1 Express Edition is automatically going to install. And if you have any existing SQL Server, you can use the existing SQL Server also, which may be supported from 2008 to 2019 SQL Server. So yeah, so this is installation requirement from the software perspective and the hardware configuration. So next, Veeam backup 10 program feature, what we are going to install during the setup. So basically during the installation I'm going to show you where these applications is going to install. So the first thing is going to install Veeam backup and replication itself, then Veeam backup catalog, and then the last one is Veeam backup and replication console, which is basically management console for the Veeam backup and replication. So also this is going to install some component in the background, like a Veeam Explorer for Active Directory, like when you take the Active Directory backup through the Veeam, how you can restore those things, and same for the Exchange Explorer, Veeam Explorer, Oracle Explorer, and SQL Explorer. So these Veeam Explorer is basically used to browse the data which is in different technologies like Active Directory, Exchange, SQLs, all this. So these are also going to be automatically installed during the installation. So here is my lab environment. So I'm going to install with start with 2 machines only. So the first machine is my Active Directory server itself, which is my domain controller and DNS server. So and my domain name is victorinfosol.lan, you can see. And the second server which we have Win2k16 Veeam, which is our Windows Server 2016 server, and this server is going to installed with the Veeam Backup and Replication 10 server, and the IP address is 192.168.0.206, and it's having 6 gig of memory and joined in my domain. So let's check this machine. So here you can see my Active Directory server Win2k12 DC01, and this having Active Directory and DNS role. And this is my second machine, which is joined in my domain Win2k16 Veeam, and this is joined in my domain. You can see the memory. Also I have one D drive attached to this machine. So this is my basically operating system folder, which is C drive, and a part of this I have 1 TB drive, which is going to be a used as a local backup repository for the Veeam. So this is what I have. So for the start the installation, I have mounted the Veeam Backup and Replication 10 ISO file in my DVD drive. So just double click on it. So it's going to launch the like this window in front of you, Veeam Backup and Replication 10. So you can install the Veeam Backup and Replication. Also you can install the Enterprise Manager and console management console and enterprise application plugins also. So now I'm going to click on install button. So you can see please install .NET 4.7.2 to proceed with this installation. So I'm going to click OK. So now this is going to take few minutes depending on your server speed, and once the .NET framework 4.7.2 is installed, then we can proceed with the installation for the Veeam backup server itself. So once the .NET installation is completed, it's going to ask you to reboot the server. So I'm going to click on reboot. So now once the reboot is server is rebooted, you can start the installation for Veeam backup and replication. So it's going to take few seconds to get the machine up. So now server is up. I'm going to hit Ctrl-Del and then log in as a Veeam admin. So this Veeam admin account having the local administrator rights on this server itself. So now I can go ahead and close this, and you can see the Veeam setup is all automatically going to launch. So click yes. So license agreement, I accept the license from Veeam, and I accept the third-party component license agreement. Click next. And if you have a like license from Veeam, you can browse the file and you can give that license file during the installation. If you don't have license key, just click on next. It will install the community edition. So community edition is totally free, but it's having some limitation. So for testing purpose, community edition is also very good. You can do the hands-on lab and some brainstorming in the community edition also. So I'm going to click on next. So these are all three things which we are going to install. So click next, and you can see few component system check is got failed. So just click on install. So it's going to install all the pre-request thing, and then we can go ahead and start the installation itself. So it's enabling the missing features, you can see. So now you can see everything is installed and passed. So click next, and then it's going to give installation folder, write cache, all the information regarding the installation and configuration. So database name, it's going to install the SQL Server 2016 with the Veeam backup database name. So we are good with this. So click on install, and now you can see the installing Microsoft SQL 2016 Service Pack 2 Express. So it's going to install the SQL Server 2016, and then it's going to install the Veeam backup and replication on this machine. So I'm going to pause the recording for here, and once the Veeam backup and replication installation is done, we will resume from there. So it does not require any manual intervention now. So you just need to be standby and wait for the installation to get finished automatically, And once this installation is done, you will see the Veeam backup and replication console is also going to install automatically, and then we can use the Veeam backup and replication console. So just go here and check what we got in install program. So for now you can see we have only limited a few things here, but once the installation is done, we will see there is lots of application is going to be installed. So for now I'm going to pause the recording. So now you can see the installation is succeeded and the setup has finished installing Veeam backup on your computer. So you can go ahead and click on finish, and now if you go here and just click on refresh button, you can see the SQL is installed, Veeam backup is installed, so everything is good. So now we can go ahead and launch the Veeam backup and replication console. And this is going to be localhost and my user ID, so use the Windows session. So just click on connect. So you can see Veeam backup and replication 10 is loading now, and the license type you can see the community edition. So now if you go, this is the community edition home page. You can see all the details about it, connecting to your Veeam environment, and this is basically is you're going to be next step when you going to deploy and configure the Veeam backup and replication. And here we have how to buy and find the resellers, everything is given there. And this is leverage advanced functionality of the Veeam backup, so it's giving some kind of information. So if I go here, you can see the first thing we need to see general option. If I go in general option, you can see the you can select the security, email notifications, SNMP notification, and history. You can configure this option as per your requirement, like IO control. If you want to do some IO controlling and you want to implement some certificates and additional security, you can go ahead and you can enable the notifications for the like success warning, failed backups it's going to give you. So this is what you can configure. And one more thing here, if you go let's see the license option. So if I go on license, you can see the details is given here. So the instance you can you can make maximum 10 instance backup by using the community edition, which is free. And if you have a license, you can go ahead and install the license, and here you can see the instances details. So this is all about installing the Veeam backup and replication server on Windows Server 2016. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this video, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.